praise, and welcome to the first ever video tutorial of Blackbox. For today's tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to search for contact details in Google search using the Email Extractor Google extension. Just a bit of disclaimer, there are a lot of email extracting extensions in Chrome Web Store that you can choose from, but it personally boils down to preference. I have been using Email Extractor for quite a long while now, and in my opinion, it has served its purpose well. Now for this tutorial, I've assumed that you have already installed Email Extractor extension, but if not, I'll teach you how to install it in your Google Chrome in another episode. But for now, let's dive in immediately and see Email Extractor in action.
Okay, so the scenario would be if you want to get the email address of someone working in a certain company or organization, and that certain company or organization has a website but have not provided the email address of the person you are looking for, then this is one way to go. I'm not saying that this is the only way, but this is one of the many ways that you can extract email address of the prospect that you are looking for. So when you have successfully installed Email Extractor, make sure to turn it on. So this is how you turn it on. Go to manage extension and then look for Email Extractor. So mine is already on, and then aside from turning it on, you have to pin it so it will be easier to access the tool. So to pin it, you just have to click this one there. So when you see it here on the upper right corner of the screen, it means it's already pinned. Now, moving on. For manual searches or Google searches, input the following word formula onto the Google search engine. Now, another disclaimer, this is just my personal formula. Now, if you have your own formula, you can follow that one, but if you want, you can copy this one. So it's no problem for me. So the formula would be full name of the person. This excludes the middle name or the initial, and then put in or add in the word email, and then the domain address of the website. So for now, let's try to look at how would you know the domain address of the specific website. Now we all know that, as I have mentioned, Marsh Lissel works in the University of Michigan. Now if you're going to their website, the domain address is located here. So this is their domain address. You just have to copy this one and then paste it on the @targetcompany.com section, this one here. So once that's already established, delete the plus symbol, because we don't need them. This is just to show what are the elements in the formula. Okay, now that the formula has been polished, you may now click search and wait for the results to appear. So let's try to click search. Let's wait for the page to fully load. Now, as results turn up on your screen, the list of results will number from hundreds to thousands, and this is where Email Extractor comes in handy. Now, it's going to take time if you're going to look at each and every link, open each and every link, and then search for the email address of your prospect. With Email Extractor, it's going to be easy because it's going the Google extension itself is going to list for you the email addresses it found on the page. Now, to extract email addresses from hundreds to thousands of indexed contents in Google, click on the Email Extractor icon found on the upper right corner of the screen. Now, here, I think Email Extractor Extractor has listed 13 email addresses. There you go. Now if we're going to click it, a very small window is going to open, and inside it are a couple of email addresses that the email extractor has extracted from the page itself. Now in the list, you're going to look for the email address of the prospect that you're looking for. It doesn't have to be exact, but at least close to the domain address of the website of the prospect. So look for the email address that matches the name of the person or the position, as well as the domain format of the company. So I have here, if we're going to look for Mark Schlissel, and the domain address of the website is umich.edu, so let's just look for the domain address that closely relates to umich.edu. So I found one, this one. So I have here Mark SHL at umich.edu. Now copy it and paste it onto your potential client or prospect Word or Excel document, or the one you use when you do your lead generation task. To copy it, just click right click and then click the word copy, and then you paste it on your list, whether it be Excel or Microsoft Word. Okay, now email extractor is also very useful when you don't want to read through all the texts in a web page, just so you'd be able to find the email address of your prospect. Email extractor can easily list down for you the email addresses it has found on the page you're currently on. Now, for example, if our prospects are travel bloggers and we want to contact them for a possible partnership in the future, and we want to connect to as many travel bloggers as possible by contacting them through email. Now, if we want to contact them through email, basically we should have their email address. Again, for this example, let's go to Google and key in probably the word travel blog. Let's see, travel blog. And let's see if we can get the email address of the travel blogger we're eyeing to connect. Let's wait for the page to load. Okay, let's try this one. And let's try to see if the email extractor can extract some email addresses. Hopefully we'd want to connect with Matt, who I think is the travel blogger and the owner of this website. Okay, I'll just wait for the page to load. Normally you'd find their contact details in the Contact Us page. Now, as you can see, there are no Contact Us here on the header menu. Probably it's in the footer. There it is. There you go. Now, instead of reading through all the texts here in the web page, you can easily click email extractor and see if the email extractor has successfully extracted email addresses from this page, and hopefully we get to get the email address of Matt himself. Now here on my list, I have here Matt Nomadic and Matt at nomadicmatt.com. I believe this is the email address of the travel blogger Matt. So you can easily, now through this one, you can easily copy this one and paste this and add this to your list of prospects that you have extracted the email address. So it's that easy to use email extractor, and you can use this one especially when you're in lead generation tasks. It's very useful when you want to contact a lot of prospects in the future, because some of them don't even put in their email address even in LinkedIn. So if you want to search for email address of your prospects, you can use email extractor. But there are other ways to extract email address, especially if the prospect we are eyeing to connect has a LinkedIn account, but that's for another episode.
That's all for Email Extractor. For more video tutorials like this, please click like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me through the links I've listed below. And if you have any constructive comments or just comments in general, please drop them on the comment section below. That's all for now. See you in the next one.